What's up? It's your boy 04124 here, back at it again with another YouTube video. You know how it is. Work, come home, upload once a week, get no growth. The grind the grind never stops, and it never starts neither. So today we are talking about Destiny 2 and a couple other topics. But right now I want to get into like the big thick of it, which is like the Destiny 2. Everyone played Everyone plays Destiny 2. Almost everyone think it's a shit game. And now a lot of people are, quitting Destiny 2 like TDT, uh like for example, TDT in his video. That's the only one I can really give off the top of the head right now. And then and I think Dado isn't really quitting it, but he's like less playing it less. But it's not about them. It's about the game in as a whole. As we know, episode 1 Echoes is already coming to a close. Final mission came out probably like a week ago. Came out like maybe 2 weeks ago now. And now we are finally getting to the point to where we're waiting on the next episode. Bungie has finally revealed that hey, there's going to be some new content coming, later down the line after the episodes. People aren't too happy, but guess what? Unlike Twitter, people are happy and excited, but people are also in in hindsight they're also disappointed because one, if you didn't read the Bungie's changes, they're now going from instead of 2 raids and 2 dungeons a year, they're going from 1 dungeon and 1 raid a year. And you also have to account for the fact that Bungie did do a massive layoff because their CEO bought cars instead of paying his workers, and he was forced to cut some losses for the cars. But other than that, yeah, we're going from 2 raids and 2 dungeons to 1 raid, 1 dungeon. Which, in my opinion, it's bad, but it's not as bad as just getting 1 dungeon every year, and then the next year getting 1 raid. It's not as bad as they could have made it because it's now boiled down to the fact of since the layoffs, it's more realistic for them to do the 1 dungeon and 1 raid route a year instead of doing the 2 and 2 like we're used to. Because now it's like okay, the game's finally slowed down. The game's finally basically slowing down. They see it. They wouldn't be doing this if the game wasn't slowing down. So now the game's like slowing down. Player base is kind of like dropping off pretty much. Now they're like, okay, one dungeon, 1 raid every year. The people on Twitter like Benji, Scaro, and what's my phone? I can't find my phone. Benji, Scaro, and a few others, kind of like saying like, this is a terrible change. This is awful. We're getting less content. It's just like, okay, yeah, we're getting less content. I mean, half of you guys don't even half of you guys are going to end up quitting Destiny anyway. So what is the point? Why do y'all care? You're gonna just keep you're gonna keep playing it and then drop it. You know, it's not a good change, but back to my opinion, it seems like the realistic route to go down, and it seems like a better change than what they could have made it. What's it called? The new dungeon has been revealed. The cover art looks sick, and we also have some new enemy types that may be coming into the thing, may be coming into Destiny 2. Uh, there's these different enemy types like shock. I think they're called shock aberrants or something. Shock aberrants, like the one shock aberrants are like the fireball aberrants from that one strike in the proving grounds, where the dude used to fire the little like fireballs to like shoot at you. There's a nuclear one where if you don't kill it in time, it does like the little brood mother like fire AOE attack that does hella damage. Then there's another one where you need to like punt where you need to use a melee ability or just melee it to get rid of its shield. And honestly, a lot of people are like, "Oh wow, this is not good at all." I, me personally, I like the changes. They're not new enemies, but it definitely expands on the challenging enemy aspect than the champions. No one likes the champions. Hell, I don't. hell, I don't know a person who likes the fucking champions because all the champions are glorified bullet sponge, and then once you stun them, it's just focus fire, get rid of them. So now instead of just being okay, stun the champion so he can just focus fire and blitz it down. Now, now it's like because like now it's like, hey, there's a barrier. Hey, there's a barrier, a nuclear, and one of those ones that fires the fireballs up there. We need to pick out which ones you're going. Hey, I'm going to kill this fire one. I have the. Hey, I'm going. I'm running. Let's say the throwing shield. I'm going to kill. I'm going to kill the berry. I'm going to kill the punchable one, the barrier one. I'm going to call it, and then the other one, the nuclear one. We should kill the nuclear one first. Like, hey, I'm gonna focus on the nuclear one because now it gives people diversity, and fucking, you know, it requires a little bit more strategy and just like, all right, what mods do you have? It's now, hey, you don't need mods, but you do need to look at what's going on. And if they don't get rid of the champions and just add this on top of it, now it's going to be even like a great. Now it's going to be even a more harder challenge in that on like contests, grandmasters, and like hard mode or like challenge mode raids, because now you're sitting there like, okay, we have the mods, but do we have enough firepower in order to burn down the champions and get that nuke before it does hella damage, leaving us all at one shot, and that could change the entire scope of the raid. Even the Berserk one, because there's four of them I saw. The Berserk one was also the other one. The Berserk one, basically, if you don't killing other enemies makes all the other enemies enraged, and it's like has like the little server like lines when they go and give them like that immune shield over them. It's so cool because it's like, okay, instead of killing all the enemies around it, we got to kill him first, then we pick off the rest of the enemies. If they add that on, it'd be a nice addition. It'd be a nice addition. And then a lot of people over the week, Destiny 3 was trending because people can't just seem to cope that it's not coming. You're not getting Destiny 3. You're not getting Destiny 3 because at the end of the day, they would have to take 75% of the game. They would have to take 75% of the game, drop it into Destiny 3, and make the rest of that 25% be worth the 3 on it and the $60 price tag. Like, what would be the point of making a Destiny 3 if there's already a free to play live service game that it can literally put in new shit and take it out if they don't like it. You can't just take 75% of this game, put in 25% of the game that's new, and then take it out. We remember what happened last time we took out shit? Yeah, it didn't go over so well. And like people have like the rose tinted goggles, like, oh my god, the game, like it's not the devs' fault that they got laid off. It's not the company's fault that they got laid off. Like now the Destiny community is now turning into like the COD community where no one knows what they want. We want new enemies. Okay. We want new enemies. Okay, we can do that. We okay, we can do that. This is bullshit. It's like that's a new enemy. Like the barriers, the berserkers, and like little shock fire ones. Like the ones they probably, I think the ones they're probably gonna add in to Destiny 2 on top of the champions. Hey, those are your new enemy types. And it's like, oh, it's just a revamped enemy with a shield on it. I want brand new enemies. It's like the entire Destiny 2 community is a ADHD kid, and every single time it gets, and every single time you have to like wave the keys in front of like jingle jingle, gotta pay attention, jingle jingle. Hey, here's new content, jingle jingle. Like they're so like people are so used to getting content pumped out, doing it all, and then being burnt out and then hating on it. And it's like now we live. Shroud said it best. It's like now we live in a generation. Now we live in like a generation to where they hate on everything that's good just because just because there's no reason just to hate on it. If someone hates it, they'll just join on the bandwagon. If Shroud says this game's bad, they'll join on the bandwagon. Like no one can form their like own opinion, and it's like so annoying to like sit back and think about this because it just makes no fucking sense. How are you going to shit on a game that you did not play, that you did not play, but you're going to take this person's word for it? You're not going to play it and try it yourself? Sure, there are like some like, oh well, sure, there are like some games where everyone can canonically agree this was ass. Like Certified ass. Like fucking Diablo 4 when it launched. Certified ass. And then the fucking other thing, Ghost of Yote. Great. Ghost of Yote looks great. Saw the Sucker Punch. I thought it was Ghost of Tsushima too. It basically is at this point. But like, what is with the fucking all the incels? Like, oh my god, I've never seen people so pissed at a female protagonist in my life than like the Stellar Blade shit. And people were not even mad about the female protagonist. People were mad about the fucking like the sexual appeal. That dude who created Stellar Blade got a baddie as a wife, by the way. It is insane. But that's besides the point. But like, that's besides the point. What is with the incels? Like, bro, we had Laura Croft, Tomb Raider as a female protagonist. Like, even Asmongold's incel dirty room having fucking stank beard looking motherfucker literally said, "Do I have to play as a female?" Yeah, what's the fucking problem? It's a video game, dude. There's like I can name like 5 video games that got fucking female protagonists in them. Hell, Baldur's Gate 3, you can play as a female, and no one complained about that. Like, bro, are you fucking serious? Like, there's nothing wrong with playing as a female as long as the game's good, and I know Sucker Punch is gonna deliver. Hopefully, most sequels ain't good like that. But that's besides. But moving on. But moving on. Other than that, it's just been crazy this week. Like, bro, we had a we're gonna talk about a little real life situation at my job. Fucking got this damn African American history life group coming in. They ask for everything that ain't nailed down. Shit is mad annoying. I'm sitting there asking myself, bro, why do they want everything that ain't on the sheet that we were given to set up this room for? Like, what's going on here? And it's just like they keep asking us for tables, more tables, and it's like, and I'm not the only one experiencing this. Apparently, a server had to get past and walked in front of the stage, and they went they went crazy. They said, "How dare you walk in front of the stage?" And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, she's just trying to do her job. Calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It's not even like you watching anything. Like, dang. Like, I get that you pay, but they just trying to do their job. Like, y'all money going to them for real. Like, get mad if you want to. You still paying my bills. Shit. It even gets worse in the gaming community because, Space Marine. Now we're going to go back to the. Now we're moving back on to the, video game talk, and whatnot. Space Marine. Space Marine is probably one of the funnest games I have ever played next to Helldivers and college football this year. I have not played Black Myth Wukong yet because I suck at Souls-like games. Even though they're claiming that the game is not a Souls-like game, but if even though they're claiming that the game is not a Souls-like game, but it has almost every aspect of a Souls-like game, it's weird. But I understand where everyone's coming from. Like, it's not a Souls-based game. It's challenging, but I'm just not doing it because that final boss fight will give me an aneurysm. But back to Space Marine. Space Marine 2 is, like I said, funnest game I played. One of the funnest games I played all year. It's just, and the story is really good. People just can't seem to understand the fact that, hey, in the year 40,000, they have conquered half the galaxy. Because if you don't know the lore, the humans, or the Imperium of Man is what they call them, the humans basically conquered the entire galaxy. So sorry that my main character is a white dude, but my two, supporting characters, or my two squad mates, are a black dude and an Asian dude, and they're not from different chapters. They're from the same chapter of the Ultramarines. I'm sorry they're not just all white. That's not their fault. That just kind of just makes sense in the setting that we're in. And I'm not even gonna say I thought we moved past racism because we damn sure didn't. Uh, but like, dude, you can't be fucking serious right now. Like, there are like massive Space Marine games where there's a Space Marine chapter. where they're all black. It used to be the salamanders, but now they changed it to where it's just their home planet makes their skin black and their eyes red. Now it's the astral lions, I'm pretty sure, or the celestial lions. It's one of the two. I forget which one, but Major Kill talked about it. Um, but yeah, Space Marine 2, great is a great game. People just got those. Oh, the game's woke because it's a black character in it. It's like, dude, can we not have nothing? It's like almost every gamer is like proving themselves right of either being a racist, an incel, or basically a justified piece of shit. It's like, oh, I don't want to be like Asmongold, but here I am with 50 fucking Wingstop boxes around my fucking house, and Wingstop boxes around my fucking room, and you just sitting there like, oh, I'm better than Asmongold. I brush my teeth. It's like, yeah, but do you wipe your ass? I know that one came out of nowhere, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. It just really just makes no sense to like be hating on a female protagonist, a fucking black dude being in a video game if it's not an NPC. Like those two things just don't make sense. It's like these are the same people that have never seen a black dude in their life. These are the same people just spamming the N word on fucking COD. Like it doesn't even get like in real life. I don't know what you're gonna do, but if you say it to the wrong black person, you gonna get smacked. You say the wrong black person, you're gonna get smacked by that dude, or jumped, or even worse, killed, because they will do that to you. Trust me. But like, other than that, it's just been a wild ride. Cause like, it just a lot of shit just not making sense. I'm not sure if it's the fucking, I'm not sure if it's just Twitter that's just full of retards. But like, I'm tired of seeing, I'm tired of seeing fucking online opinions not even be online opinions just be like generally wrong. It's like, oh, hey, this game is trash. Okay, cool. It's trash. Why exactly? Because of blah 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 blah. But then another person will come out of nowhere and be like blah, be like, no, it's good because of blah 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 blah, and then it'll be like, you're wrong. Like, no, 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 he's not wrong. He's allowed to have this opinion. It's like, what happened here? You're allowed to have an opinion based on what you, not based, but you're allowed to have an opinion on whatever the fuck you want, based on fucking whatever you deem fit. You're allowed to have an opinion on fucking war. You're allowed to have an opinion on video games. Shit, you're allowed to have opinions on how you shit. Like, do you shit standing up? No, you're supposed to sit down. Like, hey, I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy, but he might have some interesting points. That's where you try to agree to disagree. It's like, should a man pee standing up or should he pee sitting down? It's like, does it does it matter? I mean, your dick might touch the water, but that's besides the point. Um, but let me go back to the video game stuff. But yeah, Space Marine 2, great game. Not gonna win Game of the Year because of Black Myth Wukong. Dragon's Dogma, maybe fifth place. Fourth place, definitely Helldivers. Third is probably going to be Stellar Blade, and then second and first is Space Marine, and then first is Black Myth Wukong. That's my entire prediction for the Game of the Year, without fault. And I'm only saying this because, you know, you know how they rate games with multiplayer, a single player, and an external game mode. They do 20, 60, 20. 20% of the story, 60% of the multiplayer, 20% of the other mode. And that's why IGN gave it a 6.0, even though that 6.0 is not fucking justified. And then when they did Black Myth Wukong, they put all their Black Myth Wukong. They didn't have to divide everything from. They didn't have to divide anything. They just, okay, it's solo play game, 100%. Just 100% focus on what the fuck is in front of you. You don't have to go to a different game mode. You don't gotta rush. You don't gotta do anything. It's just it's just real dumb. Like, everyone knows Black Myth Wukong is winning game of the year. Like, it's not even a fucking question. Helldivers had a shot at winning. Shot themselves in the foot. It is just insane. What is going on with my mic? This keeps disconnecting and connecting, even though I'm not touching it. That was that was weird. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. I hope not. But other than that, guys, it's been your boy Zero, and I'm fucking tired. It's 11:43. I said this video was gonna be up at 8 o'clock. I'm 3 hours late, but what the fuck else changed? I'm gonna let y'all watch this last piece of the final shape. This is probably the last playthrough I'm gonna do. Actually, no, it's not. Not gonna be the last playthrough. This is the last part of the final shape playthrough, like officially, because I have not done the raid yet. It looks difficult, and people say it's difficult, so I'm gonna just take their word for it. It's fucking difficult. So, and you know how LFG is. If y'all play Destiny, if y'all don't, LFG could be a fucking toss-up bag of the world's best players or the world's worst players, or you can get a mix of both. It's never consistent. But other than that, I'm probably just gonna ask like, hey, do y'all mind seeing like a rebuild in NCAA 25? Do y'all want to see more Helldivers gameplay? Like, drop a like, drop a comment or something. I'm down to play whatever. Shit. I still need to beat Cyberpunk. I have not played Cyberpunk. I have not played Cyberpunk yet. I bought it and haven't even opened it. And like Monster Hunter Rise seems cool. PlayStation State of Play revealed a couple video games. I'm probably am gonna buy Dragon Age: The Veilguard, but I know that thing's gonna be like a. I know like 4 games are gonna be like a Twitter nightmare. Ghost of Yote, Dragon Age: Veilguard, Fable, and the other game I cannot name. But since all those characters basically have like transgender characters, it's going to be a giant incel versus LGBTQ wokeness fucking war out there. And let's not even get started about the fucking, war that's about to go on here. Fucking election day. Election day is getting closer, and the closer it seems, more or less of, hey, election day. It's more as like, hey, this might be the day our way of life changes type shit. It's gonna be fucking a civil war between Democrats and Republicans, even though both of these dickheads could care, even though both of the fucking people could care less if we were voting for them or not. Because someone's gonna believe the bullshit. Believe the bullshit either way. And if a civil war does break out because of, hey, if you're a Democrat, I'm gonna kill you. Hey, like, what's the difference, dude? It's you're just picking two people to, voice your reason, even though they could care less about you right now. It shouldn't be Democrat versus Republican or, black versus white with racism, but unfortunately, we live in a time where people use their ass to think instead of their brains. So, you know, who would have thought we would have been in a time like this? Our ancestors are probably looking down at us like, these niggas came all this way just to be giant fucking idiots and make shitty YouTube videos. I mean, shit, it happens. But yeah, I still got 2 minutes. Fuck it. It's your boy 04124. I ain't signing off just yet because I got, let's see here, about a good minute left now. Yeah, another other thing. I might start doing more live streams on YouTube now. Might see how that goes. A little bit might dabble into it. Dibble dabble. But other than that, I think it's a good time to sign off because I'm on like at like 45 seconds left. So I'm trying to stretch this as long as I can. But yeah, I think it's a good time to sign off. But one last thing before I go, it's gonna be a crazy week. Destiny 3 ain't coming out. Sparking Zero comes out and Black Ops 6. We are going to be eating good. I'm not getting Black Ops 6 personally just because of the fact of if I get tricked, if someone dolphin dives, slide cancels, and I die, yeah, I might just delete the game and never pick it back. But and then Sparking Zero, I'm gonna buy and get some recorded gameplay with like the gang, not like the gang, literally the gang, because black. Okay, that was a fucked up joke. I ain't gonna lie. All right, but stay tuned for that. It's your boy 04124. I stretched this shit long enough. Goodbye. I'll see y'all in the next video, which is probably gonna be tomorrow. Peace.